Just a couple of more minutes. We're going to wait till 7 o'clock. Good evening, friends. It's Rick Beatty coming to you from my office at Unity of Royal Oak. I'm here because I'm in the office because Kim has got a gig tonight, so which I'm glad for her. She hasn't had any in months, so she's working tonight, and we're going to meditate with Greg Barrett's Heart of Oneness, as we have sometimes. And I wanted to do it from my office because, as you can imagine, when I'm at home, sometimes Owen can be very loud, and he is used to coming into my office at home, and that's not conducive for meditation. There's nothing about being an 18-and-a-half-month-old little boy that wants to slow down and meditate. So it's my honor to be with you tonight, and I think that we're going to dedicate tonight's meditation to self-care or self-love. Because in the midst of all that is going on for all of us, self-care is one of the things that's kind of fallen by the wayside. I know I'm not walking quite as much as I would like to. I'm getting back into the habit, although I've been doing some pretty intensive yard work, and that's been a wonderful thing to tire me up. And I want to start tonight by reading for you the daily word for today, because it's really a good one. So the theme for today, Wednesday, June the 17th, is free. And the affirmation is, acceptance is my key to freedom. Acceptance is my key to freedom. My freedom doesn't lie in creating a perfect set of circumstances that allow me to feel unencumbered. Instead, my unconditional acceptance of situations just as they are keeps me feeling free throughout all the seasons of my life. Even though I may choose to work towards desired changes, I no longer need to have them happen in a certain way or according to my timetable to feel good about myself. I let go of the demand that outer conditions satisfy my personal desires, and I begin to feel unconditional freedom in my heart. I become flexible as I navigate my life's shifting rhythms with grace and ease. Accepting and embracing this now moment, just as it is my gateway to lasting freedom. And the scripture verse for today's daily word is from the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13. For you were called to freedom, brothers and sisters. And this is the truth for you and for me today and for everybody. We're called to freedom. We are not bound. Our happiness isn't bound to the outer world looking a certain way. I've talked to people over these last 12 weeks who are moving through this time relatively easily. I mean, we all have a day or two that's tough, and then other people struggle every moment. So I believe that each of us has a choice to a great degree about how we experience this time. And as I've said to you many times, one of the primary ways that I exercise that choice is to focus on what I can do and not what I can't do. So in a moment, we're going to begin the process of meditation. Now, what is meditation, you might ask? It's a lot of different things. It's focused thinking. I've heard it described as that. I sometimes think of it as the dance with the divine presence, that give and take, the togetherness. It's like a slow dance. It's also, I call it the midweek reset button. This Wednesday night meditation, the reason that I started it a couple of years ago was so that we would all have an opportunity to hit the reset button, or at least the pause button. And it's a time where we can turn away from the world around us. I know the streams are running and I see some people out there, so that helps me know that I'm not just talking here to my office, right? But there's several of us online tonight. And the most amazing thing that's happening is many people are watching the archives of our meditations and Sunday services, which is very gratifying. And we're just wanting to get the word out that there's another way to be, another way to live. Spending time in the stillness or in the silence is fundamental in the Unity movement. All of our centers and churches offer some form of meditation. Almost all the ministers I know have a very solid meditation practice. Meditation allows me to experience the divine presence within me and to allow that to be a portal to something beyond me, beyond this everyday world that I live in right now. It's a time of being in the moment, of releasing, surrendering, letting go of trying to force things or press things to be a certain way. So whether you are have a very experienced meditation practice, you are a mindfulness student for 20 years, or you're just a beginner, I think that you will get something out of this time together. And we begin this time by allowing ourselves to relax. And I'm going to start some music up. There it is. And this is Greg Barrett, Heart of Oneness. And I'm going to invite you to get centered and settled. If you can, get your feet flat on the floor. Perhaps with your shoes off or your socks off. Allow yourself to be grounded wherever you are. And we're going to begin by we're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Take a deep breath with me. Breathe in. Hold it. Sigh it out. Again, another deep breath in. Sigh it out. And one more deep breath in. And sigh it out. And now, beginning at the bottoms of your feet, allow your mind to scan up through your body, because very often we're not very aware of our bodies. So how are your toes doing? Wiggle them. Sometimes our toes get little Charlie horses in them, or little knots in them. Just wiggle your toes. And the heels and the ankles of your feet, just flex them. And if you encounter any tension there, just let it drain away. Moving up the body now, we're going to go fairly quickly, scanning up the shins and calves, up through your knees, to the great muscles of our buttocks and our thighs, the glutes. And as you scan up those muscles, if there's any tension there, if you've brought any tension in with you to this time, let it go. It doesn't serve you. Continuing up around the waist area, the small of your back, the abdominal area, the muscles there, moving up the abdomen to the solar plexus. Continuing on up to over your heart. Imagine you can take a breath through your heart. Just take a deep breath. Let it out. Continuing up now, up to the shoulders and down your forearms, the shoulders and forearms and elbows. I'm sorry, the upper arms, shoulders and elbows, and forearms, your wrists, your fingers, flex them, allow them to become relaxed. Continuing now up your back, the small of the back, the middle back, between your shoulder blades. which are amazing instruments of themselves. Continuing now up the back of your neck. Allow that to relax. Maybe give yourself permission to rotate your head a little bit. And right on up the back of your scalp to the crown chakra, the top of your head. Imagine that it's wide open. Wide open to all that is, wide open to that presence and that power that we call God. Now come around to the front of your neck, the throat. Throat is where we speak our truth, we speak our word. Up the chin, relax your chin, your cheeks, your lips, your nose, wiggle it if you can, your eyes and eyebrows, wiggle your ears. Again, move right on up to the crown of your head, to the crown chakra. This is where the Christ center is, we call it. It's in that highest part in us. We are the crown of creation. And so now, allow yourself to get centered and settled. To become still. And to begin to shift your focus from the outer world to the inner world. Shifting your attention to that place in you where you know the Christ resides. And I see some people out there, Barbara Dietz and Terry Jo and Lydia, I don't know how many more, Deborah. Deborah, the rock that you gave me is right behind me on my table. So now that I've been a little distracted, I'll come back to the meditation. I'm my own tech support tonight, so I'm doing it all. And I can do that. I'm grateful for the skill. So anytime you feel distracted during meditation, bring yourself back to your breath. One of the most basic meditations we have is to bring the full attention to the breath. And breathe easy, just let it happen. And notice how we are being breathed. There's nothing we need to do to breathe. In fact, we cannot stop it. We cannot help it in any way. So take a deep breath with me, breathing out, breathe in. Now follow your next breath inward as we begin to allow ourselves to turn away from the noise of the outer world and turn within to the presence of the living one, the presence of the Christ, of God, whatever you call it, universal intelligence. And should you become distracted, just bring yourself back to your breath and notice the breath come in and out. And now I'm going to invite you to imagine that you can take a breath in through the bottoms of your feet. So breathe in and allow that to come right on up through you, the energy up through you, right out the crown chakra in your head. Let it move through you, filling you with a sense of peace, a sense of God's presence. Again, a deep breath in through the bottoms of your feet, allowing that energy to rise up your legs, up through your torso, up through the upper chest, up through the head, through the crown chakra, and right out through you. For you and I are able to draw in and to release again, breathing in life, breathing out life, breathing in love, breathing out love. So allow yourself to become relaxed. Close your eyes if you're comfortable to do so. And bring your attention to the peace that is within you, to the power that is within you, the love that is within you, love for yourself and all other persons. Tonight we're going to be good to ourselves. Tonight we're going to spend some time in communion with that presence and power that some call God. Beginning now. Let yourself be one with the one. Take a deep breath and follow that breath inward. Should anything distract your mind or it just wander off, bring it gently back by bringing the focus to your breathing. Follow your next breath inward ever more deeply into your spiritual nature, Christ enthroned in you. wandered off, just bring it gently back by noticing the rhythm of your breathing. Any noise that you might hear other than the music is just a reminder to turn within. And we meditate in a group like this, even though we're not all in the same physical location, there is no distance in time and space between us. For we are all reflections of a single light, a single love. And now I'm going to invite you to call to mind an image or a thought of the most loving thing you've done for yourself in the last week. And if you can't think of one, imagine it. What would make you just feel really, really good about you right now? Hold that image in your mind and allow it to expand within your consciousness. And it might be for you taking a walk or being with your dog, or someone that you love, or walking in the woods, or by the river, rowing in a lake. Allow yourself to love yourself. For until we love ourselves, it's almost impossible to love anybody else. Imagine again, you can take a deep breath in through your heart and allow that love energy to rise up in you, filling every corner of your mind, every nook and cranny. For you are wonderfully and awesomely made. There is no one quite like you. No one else has your gifts and skills and talents. And as you bring who you are, you invite other people to bring who they are. And we allow ourselves to open to receive and to give, to allow that divine flow to move through us into form and into expression. And now I'm going to invite us to imagine that we can shine a love light, a love beam out from wherever you are. You can shine it anywhere you want to. So first, pick a circumstance, a situation, or a place, and send that place love, whatever is important to you. It might be for all of our leaders, business and political and civic and faith leaders, all of them. That they might have the wisdom and the skill and the desire to be open to guidance from the Holy Spirit, from all that is, from that place that comes from beyond this place. And now I invite us to imagine ourselves blessing the border between India, China, and Pakistan. Blessing them with a sense of profound peace and love and wholeness. And now let us imagine a blessing given to that demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. And I invite you to see in your mind a meter, and we're turning the dial on the tension down. We're seeing the needle move down as the tension slowly subsides. And now this beloved planet that we share with so many other life forms, human and otherwise. Bless this planet. Shield it in love and shine a love light all around the world. Not picking any one group of people over another, but everyone equally. Whatever is on your radar as you scan the globe. And now call to mind any family members that are, anyone you know, any of your friends that you would like to see healing for. See it. See them healed. See them peaceful, happy, whole, healthy, free of stress and tension, free of strife and worry. For when we know that God is the source of all we have and all we need, there is nothing lacking. Before we end this meditation, look around your inner world and see that all is well. There is nothing lacking in your life right now in this moment. And this moment is all there really is. Now take a deep breath with me. And this time begin to return to this time and place, to wherever you're seated or standing, wherever you're listening, participating in this meditation. Allow yourself to begin to drift back, slowly. Drift back to consciousness of this three-dimensional world around us. Although this is where we live right now, this is not our home. Drifting back slowly, coming back to this moment. Coming back to a sense of yourself seated, wherever you're seated, with your feet on the floor. Notice the support that is here for you, the people that you've gathered with in this virtual way. Notice the support. of the seat you sit in, and the place where you dwell. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I'm so grateful for this last 20 minutes or so of time in the silence, time with music. The music, by the way, is by Reverend Greg Barrett, my dear friend. It's a CD he made long ago called Heart of Oneness, and I use it for meditations with his written permission. You can come back to these meditations. We keep them posted as archives. And I want you to know how very grateful we are at Unity of Royal Oak for you, for your presence, your faithfulness, your love, first of all, your prayers for us. It's very tough to do church the way we're doing it right now, and yet we do it because we are committed to getting these teachings out to the world. You can have a different life. It begins for me with meditation, for time to be downloaded, time to be inspired, which in turn uplifts me. You uplift me. This is the truth. Some have asked me why sometimes I open my eyes. I have been meditating for so long I can meditate with my eyes wide open in a noisy space, because I find that inner voice and I just zero in on it. So, and because I'm here by myself, I occasionally check the tech to make sure that it's working. I saw a message that the audio was a little choppy. We do record this to an SD card, and I'll have Kim replace what's up on YouTube and Facebook if necessary. Grateful for the ways that you are supporting the ministry in prayer, your good wishes, your notes, your cards, your email to me. If you're joining us for the first time tonight, I invite you to send me an email to, my name is Richard, but everybody calls me Rick, and it's R-I-C, okay. So send it to RIC at Unity of Royal Oak, all one word, unityofroyaloak.org. That's Rick, R-I-C at unityofroyaloak.org. If you want to share a love offering with us, we appreciate that. Many people are doing it, or sending checks or money orders in the mail. Go to our website at unityofroyaloak.org. That's unityofroyaloak, all one word, .org. There's in the upper left corner a button labeled Donate, and our address is in the bottom right. You'll also find resources there, and we're in the process of building a brand new website and a new app. So those I hope will be out soon. I think the app first. Appreciate your faithfulness in so many ways. And in this time, know that the light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you, and the presence of God watches over you. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. Thank you for joining with me tonight. Thank you for joining with your community. And if you listen live, awesome. And if you listen afterwards, awesome. Just lend your love energy to what we're about. We're a positive path for spiritual living. We offer tools and principles to transform a life, if you want to do that. This Sunday is Father's Day, and I'll be delivering a little bit different Father's Day message than I ever have. I invite you to join us live on YouTube or Facebook at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday, or in our archives at any time. I hope that you're having an amazing week and that you're still taking care of yourself. I see a lot of people who evidently this time hasn't really impressed on them too much because they're not wearing masks and they're being really close and in big groups. So I hope that you're following your inner guidance and that voice for God, which will guide you moment by moment so that you know what to do. God bless you. Thank you. And